This is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network, now in its 8th year of talk like you've never heard it before.
Hey everybody, and red, that's Alex, and yellow, that's the Ramble. That's the name of the program. We're here until midnight tonight, and we'll be. What is that? Wait a minute, that's still my. Oh boy, I've got to get rid of that. That was from the holiday. Let me see here. Where are we here? I didn't check to see. And look, I have a little over at the side. I'm not, let me do a few things here. See, I gotta, I should always look at this stuff before I get back from vacation. Huh? Maybe that would be nice. Okay, here we go. Let me just, first of all, let me just make this bigger. Okay. Here we go. Wait a minute, where are we? Where's the saturated brightness? Gain? Where's the, Hold on a second, folks. I've got to figure this one out. First, I got to take care of this, which is advanced, and I go, oh, zoom. Okay, there we go. Let me just zoom in a little more and get rid of that little thing on the side. There we go. And then I go down a little bit here, and we're fine. I guess this would fit because it's still kind of snowing out there, but, you know, let's go back. Let's go to my living room. Well, wait a minute. Oh, and then I got to go. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Oh, come on. Just do it. Well, yeah, there we go. Okay, see? I come back from vacation, and I think I've got everything working right. In fact, I had everything working right, and it was working terrific. And then I did this thing, I did that thing, and it all worked, and it was, well, look. There's what we have, okay? All right. So anyway, let me see here. It's probably time to bring in our only Zoom panelist at this point, who would be Phil Meyer. So first I click him there and get him on. Okay, and then we sit there, and there he is, folks. Hello, Phil. I connect your audio.
I just did.
Okay, there you go. See, there you did it.
Well, how's the weather there? We got a bomb cyclone here.
You know, they're coming up with these terms like bomb cyclones, and there was another one lately here for heavy rainstorm. It's ridiculous. You know.
Well, I am going to report from Northern California the bomb cyclone. I'm in the thick of it. I'm getting wet. I'm so wet. Yeah. It's dripping down my face. Oh God.
Let's not give the impression.
The wind.
Let's not give.
There we got the buster. The wind.
Yeah, let's not give the impression to the younger people in our audience listening that comedy is that easy.
Well,
you suffered for your art, though. You're all wet and.
Yeah, and here's the report.
Soledad, Greenfield, Pacific Road, Gonzales, Carmel,
Yeah, boy.
All right. How do you turn this off?
You were telling me that you couldn't be on for the next couple of weeks, and I was thinking, oh, that's too bad. Now I'm beginning to think it wasn't a bad idea.
Well, what was that? I'm still dripping.
No, that you're not going to be able to be on for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, well,
we'll move your Wednesday to a Thursday on the time you're.
There's a couple of Thursdays that I got a conflict, but
a couple of Thursdays.
Yeah, but at the end of February, I'm clean again.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're going to do your club, your photo club, on what day? The 17th, something like that. I can't remember.
Those are Wednesdays, but that Thursday, I've got. I bought I bought a season of St. Mary's basketball
Oh, boy.
tickets.
So we're not
with
going to
a
have
friend
you
of-
on for 2 weeks. I got to figure out what to do.
Just pre-record me.
What's the first day you're not going to be able to be on?
I don't know. Let me look. Tonight, I guess. Let's see. The next Wednesday. The 11th. I'm on a plane coming back from Phoenix. The
Okay.
18th.
So
I
wait
got
a minute. So then what are you doing the day after that on the 12th?
I'm at a St. Mary's game at 6 o'clock my time. Which won't
okay.
get-
Okay.
Yeah.
So the next thing is your photo club, which is on the 18th,
That's correct.
right? So
Yeah.
we could do you on the 19th, right?
Yes.
Okay,
That's
fine. So
that's
there's only
the
1
deal.
week I have to find something to do,
Yeah, or I'll call in from the plane.
which shouldn't be that hard, you know. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll just have Jack do my show.
Well, yeah.
Boy, but first we have to be able to get him on the air, okay?
Well, there won't be any video.
Well, no, forget it. Just getting the audio's been a
It's
problem.
still waiting.
Oh, stop it. So you won't be on next week at all,
No, I don't think so.
but you'll be on the week after that.
Yeah, let's see.
Well, if your
Next
plans
week-
change and you decide you're not going to go to your carpet convention,
Yeah,
what kind of
we all
hookers?
put
What
on
kind of
pheasants,
hookers? What kind of hookers do you get for a carpet convention?
Carpet hookers.
Carpet hookers?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. We're going to Phoenix.
Carpet munchers.
Yeah,
Rug
right.
munchers.
Exactly.
Rug munchers. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Carpet munchers. I like it. So you're a comedian too, huh?
Well, no, I'm trying to tell kids not to do what I do.
What's that? Munch carpet?
Try and be funny. Yeah.
Oh. Well, why not?
Yeah. So anyway, how you doing?
I'm actually doing great. This morning, I hit my next weight goal, 195,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know what I am tonight, but in the morning, after a big poop and with nothing on,
Yeah, you
I'm
never do
195.
your weight. I don't even do my weight now. I don't want to get depressed.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, I my weight went up a little bit, you know, because of the whole prostate operation and stuff like that. You know, so yeah, you know. But anyway, so what did you do for New Year?
I went to sleep about 7:30 or 8 o'clock.
You know, I was talking to Steve Kravitz today. He said he was at bed by 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Marjorie was asleep by 10 o'clock, but then she woke up for our New Year's show.
Yeah.
Did that
Oh,
and then went back
that
to
was nice.
sleep. Okay. Let me see here. Who else told me that they didn't do anything? They just went to sleep early. A couple of people. Yeah.
I think that's the routine.
No, but I
You know,
think that's post-COVID New Year.
Yeah, unless you're a cop and you go to Times Square and then they hit you with a machete in the head.
Yeah, well, that's not fun either, you know.
No.
Everybody
It's not a
always
way to
has.
bring in the
I
new year.
just, you know what I hate about these people who do stuff like that? It's not that they do it, you know, or the crime that's associated with it, but they're just ruining everybody else's fun.
Well,
You know?
that cop didn't have a good time.
Because everybody else wanted to clobber him, and they didn't get a chance. No.
Well, what? Clobber the guy with the machete?
Yeah. No, but
Yeah.
it was terrible. It's horrible. You know, but this is the way the world is now. We just have to
Yeah.
accept it. You know.
Yeah. Well, maybe they're putting machetes in the Halloween candy now, and it's
Yeah.
some big candy. Anyway, what's in the news?
Nothing much is happening.
I tell you something.
Except that your Republicans can't get it together.
Well, I am very proud of Gavin Newsom right now.
Why is that?
He has declared he's using this bomb cyclone emergency to solve homelessness. So what he's doing is he's doing a sweep, and he's with this emergency, he's getting all the homeless off of the streets. And he's telling them that they're going into warming centers. But what he's really going to do is send them to Miami. And
I can't think of a better warming center.
right. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
You know, I think that there's something behind this. These guys are going to wind up in Miami Beach. They're going to watch Shecky Green or whatever, a couple of shows, Bell Barth.
Well, actually, they'll have to go. No, if you send them to Miami, because none of them speak English, basically.
Right. Well, no, the homeless, they're all Americans.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's not sending the Mexicans.
I thought you meant the immigrants.
The
I thought you meant the immigrants. Oh,
no. He's sending the drug homeless that are living in that guy's neighborhood in the Tenderloin. So you sweep the Tenderloin, you sweep San Jose, you sweep all of these areas, you gather up the homeless, you tell them like Hitler did, oh, well, you're just going for a shower. But no, you're going to a warming center. And the warming center happens to be in the state of Florida.
Yes.
So, I think Gavin Newsom is going to solve homelessness.
Well, that certainly would be a way of getting even with that asshole down in Florida who's been sending people elsewhere. Both he and the governor of Texas should be arrested for kidnapping.
Well, I understand you're not happy with that.
No, I just think that when you take people and you put them on a bus, and the next thing you know, they're plopped down in the middle of New York City or in front of the vice president's home or any of the number of places they've been sending them.
Let me
finish.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
but that's kidnapping. That's kidnapping.
Well, sending them to the warming center, but
no, you joke. You did your joke.
All right.
Okay. The warming center joke we get. It's a good one.
All right. On the level. Isn't New York, San Francisco, Washington, D.C., aren't these, and Chicago, sanctuary cities that said that they welcome
Yes, I'm not complaining about that.
The tourists?
What I'm complaining about is the fact that he's saying, we're sending you to something, and they don't tell them what, and then they get on the bus and they wind up in New York, and they never intended to come to New York. That's kidnapping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, isn't Biden sending a lot of them to New York? He had planes landing in Westchester County Airport.
For what?
In the middle of the night, they were having hundreds of migrants coming up and being deposited in Westchester County.
I live in New York, and I haven't heard about this.
Well, I've heard about it.
Where did you hear about it? You watch Fox.
I watch Fox News.
Fox News, yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, Biden is going to visit the U.S.-Mexico border, but he's really in a taqueria in Washington, D.C.
You did okay with the Newsom joke and warming centers. That was pretty good. It wasn't bad. Okay, you were teaching the kids how to do comedy there, and it was fine. Stop while you're ahead.
All right. Well, Biden plans to visit the U.S.-Mexico border.
Yeah.
But, I got a feeling, knowing what Biden thinks is the U.S.-Mexico border, it's a taqueria. But
now I don't. Now they had this football game up in Buffalo, or with the Buffalo Bills out in I can't remember where now.
Oh, is it the guy that got his heart stopped?
Heart attack. Yeah. Got hit, heart stopped. They had to bring him back to life, basically. And then what was interesting was to see the ambulance come onto the football field and take him away. And all I could help but wonder, and I don't know much about sports, but how many points is that? Is that a touchdown when the ambulance went across the
No,
in the end zone?
That's a stretch.
No, I'm just wondering. I'm just asking a simple question.
Yeah, no, I think that didn't the game stop?
Yeah, they stopped the game. They didn't finish it either.
They didn't continue. There was something with the 49ers. There was one of the players, I guess, was hurt on the field.
Well, let's be honest. I mean, these are not sports that are healthy.
No. I look at football, and my friend John Peroulis has gotten me into a number of MMA matches where I can photograph them. And what I see these young kids, 20 years old, they are pummeling themselves. They're not going to be able to speak by the time they're 35.
Right.
And I have a feeling, even with the equipment that they don't wear any equipment in this MMA stuff, but with the football, yes, they have some equipment, and the equipment is better than what they had when George Herbert Walker Bush played for Yale. All they had was leather helmets. And I can't imagine that did much.
Yeah, so you say to the player, how many fingers am I holding up? And he answers Tuesday.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
I think and Scott Bodiger said, too soon, Alex. Okay, all right.
Too soon for the football player?
For the football joke, yeah, about the end zone.
Yeah.
It's only because I don't know anything about football, and it was more a joke about me than about him. I'm sorry for him, and I think it's terrible, and I think that another football game should never be played again. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I'm not a football fan either. I'm not even a basketball fan, although St. Mary's College is in my backyard, and it's good basketball, and it's something out of my wheelhouse.
Well, yeah, but basketball isn't. People don't hurt each other much in basketball. Sometimes somebody bumps into somebody or something like that. But the idea isn't to tackle somebody.
Right. Have you watched any basketball games where somebody gets fouled and they're laying on the floor and they're making a really big deal out of being fouled?
I've seen guys in basketball games who ruin a hamstring muscle or something like that. Yeah, but I'm saying that it's not as impactful a sport as football is.
Yeah.
And boxing.
Are you out of sync?
No, I'm not out of sync.
Oh,
not
okay.
at all. Not at all. I'm
Must
perfect.
be my connection.
Hmm?
Must be my connection then.
What if you're looking at the picture? You're looking at it by it's delayed.
Resume.
It's delayed.
Oh, okay.
How about my picture? Do I look like I'm out of sync?
Yes.
No, I do? Really?
Yeah.
That's you?
Yeah, but I'm not looking at it at YouTube.
Mine's not going. Yeah, mine's not. Zoom picture is out of sync.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Because it's not out of sync here. So.
All right. Well, that's good.
But then again, I have incredible bandwidth.
Yeah.
Huge bandwidth.
Yeah, and it's getting huger.
Yeah.
Oh, the weather is so bad out here. I'm getting hit by a Trump hat. They're flying all over the place.
Don't go there. Just lay off. Quit while you're ahead. Thank you, folks. Nice being with you. And you go out on a big laugh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Kevin McCarthy 6 times around so far.
Yeah, good for him. He doesn't give up, does he?
No, he's persistent.
You know something? What is the definition of insanity?
Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
Yeah. Well, that's what's happening with this deal.
Yeah, I think these 14 or 16 people that aren't voting for
20,
pretty serious.
20.
Yeah. Well, I look at Kevin McCarthy and I'm saying to myself, I would rather have a government that gets along, and I think that we'd be better off with a Steve Scalise than we would.
Yes, you would. But here's the thing. That's terrible about all of this is if you were Kevin McCarthy, let's say you went for the second vote and it didn't happen yet, probably what you would just say is, for the sake of the party and to not create division within our party, I'm withdrawing my nomination, okay? And then go for somebody else. But no, he's going for 6, and tomorrow he's probably going to go for 7 and 8. If he goes over 8, he breaks the record.
Really? I didn't know that there was a record.
The last time they had this problem was
Quincy Adams?
It was in 1923, something like that. Yeah,
really,
or 1928, something like that. But it was 8. It was 8 votes before they got somebody.
Wow.
But this is, this is showing a dysfunction within the Republicans that I don't know how that's sitting with the public.
I think that they're just trying to make a big deal about nothing.
They're not making a big deal. I'm not making a big deal about nothing.
No, not you.
Because here's a guy who wants to be the Speaker of the House, which is the 3rd in line for the presidency, by the way. We should mention that. And he wants to, he doesn't give up on this deal. and he's showing that he can't rally his party to his side. He isn't even a good leader to be Speaker of the House.
He doesn't. There are some people that don't feel that he's going to be hard enough on Biden, that he's going to investigate enough people and so forth. But you know something? That's not. I don't think that's. It shouldn't be tit for tat. I don't want to be hard on Biden. I want him to be. I want him to lose the next election, but I don't want to waste the time of the nation doing.
Oh, they're going to. They're absolutely going to.
Well, they will if you have Kevin
and that's
McCarthy.
Not the reason. No, that's not the reason why they're not voting for Kevin McCarthy.
No,
that wasn't one of the reasons. The trouble is you got about 20 people there with 18 different reasons, 18 different things they want, and he can't give them all of them. Some of them are a little out there. But he's not able to accommodate all of them, and so all 20 are going against him. And by the way, the Biden thing is not part of it. It's not part of what they're asking.
Well, that's
out of him.
I heard that they some of these people.
There were a whole bunch of things. There were so many that I can't even read them here. They just are ridiculous. Some of them.
Well, I just think that a better leader for the Republican Party would be Steve Scalise.
Probably.
He's more reasonable, and he'll do what's right, and not what's trying to get back at people. But that's I also brought up a thing. This was Wall Street Journal, I think, and Texas man. There was this gal Gigi Jordan, millionaire mom, kills her child and has to go back to jail. Sotomayor from the Supreme Court said that she had to return to custody while she was awaiting a new trial. So they found her dead in the bathtub in Brooklyn. Let's see. Mom claimed son slipped while getting out of bathtub, now accused of murdering him. Torso killer pleads guilty to killing.
Where are you getting these?
Is
this to make our show be a happy
show?
Okay.
California man with a seemingly perfect life killed his wife, then went on the lam after posting bail. New Jersey man sentenced to 10 years for shooting teen girl in the head in crowded apartment. I guess, she needed more room. Husband pleads guilty to killing wife with antifreeze, opiates, and after her death was first ruled.
And what is this all about?
Well, it's I'm looking at this stuff and people are nuts.
Elsewhere in the news.
Yeah. And it's raining.
I have a big news item.
Yeah.
The new buyers of HBO Max, what do you call it? Discovery, because it's now Warner Discovery.
Really?
Okay.
The Discovery Channel is that big?
Have removed 256 Warner Brothers cartoons from HBO Max.
Why?
Because they don't want to pay. They don't want to pay residuals on them.
Really?
Yeah. They've been there since the beginning of HBO Max. That was almost the entire library. They still have about another 250, but it was almost the entire library of Warner Brothers cartoons that was on there.
Who bought this? Elon Musk?
No, Discovery Channel.
I know.
And they also got rid of shows like Westworld and a couple of others that they're now going to turn around and try and sell to people like Roku and so on to run as advertising-based shows. They're ruining HBO Max. I'm getting it for free, so through AT&T.
Well, I have seen over the years a lot of companies that buy other companies and then they sell off the assets because the individual assets.
This wasn't selling off assets. This is just they're trying to save. They're trying to cut $3 billion out of their overhead. $3 billion.
Yeah.
So come on, people subscribe to these services because they expect a certain amount of quality, and this guy thinks that they're going to combine the Discovery Channel with HBO. Are you ready for that one?
Yeah.
Who needs that?
Well, so yeah, you got a shark. No, that's a whale. That's one of my whale shots. I could be on the Discovery Channel.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't think the Discovery Channel was that big. What is just HBO by Discovery, or Discovery bought HBO?
Bought HBO.
Wow. All of that with Shark Week.
They bought it from AT&T.
Well, I think AT&T probably didn't want it.
Well, they wanted to get rid of it. Yeah, they wanted to get rid of it. I mean, Discovery at least is in show business, but it's a different kind of show business. So I don't completely understand.
I don't know that that's the best combination.
Yeah.
Elon Musk, they're saying that he didn't pay $136,000 rent. Now, you used to work in the same building as Twitter.
Yeah.
And so I would think that the rent on 10th and Market, the Market thing, is much more than $136,000. So I think maybe that's a negotiating tactic on his part to try to reduce the rent at 10th and Market.
Who knows? Who knows? We haven't heard about Musk and Twitter for about a week now, so why should we have to deal with him again?
Well, one thing. Now, Musk lost like $200 billion.
Yeah.
And Twitter, not Twitter, but Tesla.
He didn't lose
stopped.
$200 billion.
Yeah, he said he lost. They said he lost 200 worth 140 or something, 129.
Well, now that's lower than 200 billion.
No, he lost 200.
That's what he has now.
Yeah, that's what he has
He had
now.
over 300 billion before.
Well, gee, do you think he can afford to have dinner at Ruth Chris Steakhouse?
Probably.
Yeah, okay. I think he
especially
can.
during happy
In fact,
hour.
I think he could take all of us out and still have money left over.
Every day until we die.
The thing about his purchase of Twitter and the amount of money that he's losing in Tesla is that Twitter is now his biggest asset. That's where he was lucky he bought that, because Twitter didn't fall as far as Tesla.
Well, all these things. He's in a bad economy right now, and it'll turn around for him. I mean, I think he's still okay. Hey, hello, Trekker Steve. How's the health, pal?
Yeah, I heard you're getting a kidney.
What?
I was supposed to. My kidney doctors had called me yesterday to have an appointment for my transplant, actually for today.
Really?
Yeah,
And 4 hours later, yesterday, they called me and said, "Oh, sorry, you're the backup.
Oh,
You're what?
Somebody's ahead of you. If they refuse it, then it's going to you."
So do you get the next one after that?
So now I got to wait for a phone call tomorrow morning and see what happens.
Okay. Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed here.
well,
for you.
I wrote him yesterday when I saw he was going to be getting a kidney, and I said, "Does this mean you're not going to call into the Ramble?"
No, hopefully he'll be healthy to just
No,
walk.
literally, I was supposed to be on the operating table today.
Really?
I'm sorry.
Well, it'll happen. If you were next in line, I guess. Why did this other person suddenly turn out to go ahead of you?
I'm not sure. I mean, they got me all excited. I've gone through a year and a half of this shit, and I posted on Facebook, and then I had to repost giving an update, and I'm getting everybody commenting saying, "Congratulations, get well soon," and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then,
Well, yeah. But what? So, who was the guy who got the kidney? Was his name Trudeau?
if it was him, I'd be punching him in the fucking face.
Well, that certainly is a really nice, warm sentiment.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
He likes him about as much as we like Trump.
Yeah. So, every country's got to have their politician to hate.
Got hit by the hat again.
Will somebody please stop him?
Could you could have muted him for 29 of the 30 minutes he was running his mouth the first half hour.
Well, he you know, he's very funny. He's hilarious. Not. Anyway, hello, Kevin. Hello, Josh. Hello, Brian. Hello, Charlie. How are you all doing?
I'm good.
Very good.
Why are you here tonight, Josh? Usually you're working on a Wednesday night.
Usually am, but I'm off for a while because I'm getting a different job. So.
Oh, you're getting a different job at the same company or another company?
No, I am going to one of our competitors.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, how does your bosses feel about that?
They didn't say. I mean, it was okay, I guess.
They didn't say, what will it take to keep you here?
No, I didn't think that they would.
Mm-hmm. And the competitors, are they giving you a better job? I mean, a better position?
Yeah.
And I imagine better money.
Yes.
Well, then you can take all of us out to dinner at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse.
Probably not, but we can talk about it.
Well, then we'll have to rely on Elon to do it. So
yeah, he can probably do it.
Yeah.
Now, in the paint industry, Josh, you got several big players. One of them was the one that you worked for. But there's Kelly Moore and there's Benjamin Moore. Is it true that Benjamin Moore was Kelly Moore's illegitimate cousin?
I do not know.
Is there a Kelly Moore paint?
Yeah, there's a Kelly Moore. There's a Benjamin
Mainly
Moore.
on the West Coast, Kelly Moore.
Could have been. It could have been they were brothers or something, and then they went. You know, like with Starbucks, they went their separate ways. You know, and started separate companies.
Yeah,
that's logical. But why are you asking?
Well, Josh is the paint aficionado.
But just because he works for a company doesn't mean he knows the history of paint.
Or it could be
wait a minute.
Phil's bad sense of humor.
What?
Or it could be Phil's bad sense of humor.
Yeah, Josh, do you know the history of paint? I mean, are you up on the history of paint?
No, not really.
Oh, okay, because he's really good when it comes to the Constitution, but when it comes to paint...
Well, if you leave the paint on long enough, it'll dry.
That's right. And you know what's fun is to watch it dry.
I just repainted in here. In fact, when I called the show on Monday, you got, if you check the background from Monday, you were watching paint dry.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well,
you should have let us know about that. Because
some of it has to be baked on, and some of it has to be moisture added to cure. So some of it will never dry.
Because I wanted to start a thing once on the internet called Slow TV. And we just have things that are slow, like we'll paint a wall and then you watch it dry.
We got things that are slow. Alan's on this show.
Or we take a picture of the street after a snowstorm. We have watched the snow melt. You know,
Nobody laughs
grass
at
and
your
watch
jokes,
it grow.
Bill.
Didn't you do something like that?
I did
a similar
a long
thing,
time
and
ago. We did it.
Yeah, a long time, and you got 1 million views.
I stuck a camera out my window and said, "Is snow melting?" You know, slow TV. What do you call it? Snow is melting, and yet I didn't get I got about 1,000 people, I think. Do you know the latest edition of Marjorie and Alex are in the park? We got 1,200 views on that thing, and I'm wondering, what am I doing with you guys? All I need is my wife.
Bring Marjorie on.
5 minutes of two people arguing and then tongue kissing, and that's it. Well, like we've decided we're going to tongue kiss on every episode because that people.
Why don't you take a picture of the park, put it up on the green screen, and then just you and Marjorie sit in front of the green screen?
Well, that doesn't work. Somehow the audience is just. They didn't like it when we did it from our living room one time, and we only got about 500 that time. But this time, 1,200. And it's still going. It's still going. So, you know. I think it was Kevin, you said, didn't you say that short stuff probably does better than long stuff? Or somebody said that either
probably on the internet, on podcasts, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, yeah.
People don't have
Kevin
the attention
changed all
span.
of a sudden. He looks like Phil.
Who?
Who? You. He asked Kevin a question and you spoke up.
Well, because Phil doesn't know how to shut up.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yes. But anyway, so everybody like what's happening with the Republicans in Congress and the wonderful show they're putting on for America about how good they are at what they do?
Yeah, they're making history.
Huh? They're making
history again.
Yeah. I can't believe that after, in fact, the number of people that didn't vote for him went up rather than down.
I love it. I think it's hilarious.
And Kevin McCarthy's still sitting there going, I'm not giving up. Well, when are you going to give up? When everybody is fucking bored with this thing?
They'll have a little mini insurrection.
Hey, can Democrats vote for the House Speaker?
Yes, of course. They did.
So
Why would they?
They did.
So why wouldn't they vote for, for Kevin McCarthy if the Republicans
Why should a Democrat vote for Kevin McCarthy?
Well, somebody's got to vote for a House Speaker.
Well, they put up a Democrat for House
Hakeem
Speaker.
Jeffries got more votes than McCarthy.
He still has more votes than McCarthy. But he
I
doesn't have enough to win.
Yeah.
You should pay attention to this thing. It's kind of fascinating because it's amazing that these are people who are saying we're going to lead this country and we're going to do. They couldn't lead a horse to water and make him drink. I mean, they just don't have the ability.
Yeah, they put that one gal up today that started telling them, look over on the other side. They're all drinking alcohol and eating popcorn. And
yeah, right.
Boy, everybody.
The Democrats are having the time of their lives there. This is a happy party for them, and for the Republicans, it's a nightmare.
Well, it's because they only have a short time until they start investigating all of them.
Yeah.
All the Republicans.
Yeah, we're going to get Hunter. We're going to get Hunter Biden. That's how we're going to waste our time.
Yeah.
That laptop has gone through the shredder 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I got dibs on that laptop.
Yeah. Oh, here's Tony. I wonder how Tony fared New Year's Eve. Probably had a lot of hot broads.
Again.
Probably had a lot of hot babes over at his house.
Yeah. I watched the football games and I ate Chinese food. Then I watched some more movies after the game. I watched both of those games. Are great. It was really too good.
Well, they really were. I thought they were terrific.
You did. They were really good.
Hey, who knows what football player got hit in the heart? What team he was on?
Buffalo Bill.
Well, what was the other team?
Cincinnati. He's in Cincinnati right now. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Are you happy now? Now you know.
Well, I didn't know before, so.
You don't know much of it isn't on Fox.
Well, I don't know anything about sports.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that much about sports either, but I did know about this thing happening to him.
Yeah,
I heard about it. I just didn't know what teams they were on.
I was telling Brian, we messaged each other. I thought he was dead on the field. My sister called me.
Well, his heart stopped.
He was dead on the field, technically. Yeah.
They say his heart stopped 2 times. Yeah.
Wow.
Like outside on the field, and they got him in the ambulance.
It could have happened because of he was tackled in the chest or something. And
he got hit like in the.
And that can cause you.
If you get hit just right in the chest, it'll stop your heart.
Yeah.
It
There was some other actor that got some blunt force trauma.
Yeah.
Well,
Jeremy Renner. Yeah.
Okay. In Reno. Yeah.
Yeah.
His house in Reno.
How did he get hit with a snowplow?
Up on Mount Rose, by the way. I used to go up and have dinner.
He
on
was
Mount
helping
Rose.
somebody apparently and got hit.
Wow.
He started going. He jumped back in it or something, and
I think it turned over or something on him.
Plow cylinder hit him.
What? Wait, what did you say, Kevin?
I heard the plow cylinder hit him.
What's the plow cylinder?
It's one of the cylinders that pushes the plow.
Oh, okay. All right.
You think they have snow rules? They're running around on a fucking.
Well, I know that Mount Rose area. It gets very, very snowy during the winter.
Is it that much snow?
Oh, I remember. We used to go to a restaurant there, steakhouse called the Christmas Tree. Still there, I think. And my father loved it. We'd go there and eat all the time. But we never went up there during the winter because there were pictures like up on the wall of the roads, just like the snow 2 feet high. Yeah,
right now there's a couple big storms coming through from the
They
next.
said that he's a large equipment collector, and he's got a bunch of big pieces of equipment up there, and snow plows are one of them.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he's a very good actor, and I very likable, so on. But
Does anybody know
He
the
just likes to go out
prognosis
and plow the
of the
roads.
player?
oh, by the way, there is going to be a Jack Bishop show tonight.
Yeah, there wasn't last night.
That's
was
what
it?
you said.
No,
last
there
time.
wasn't. That's what I know I said last night. But true to his form, I get a call from him last night, and he can't get audio into his encoder. And so I then go on and look at his stuff, and I guess I missed something because I don't know exactly his setup. He's got some piece of equipment that I would never have installed here called a Zoom whatever, and it's a mixing board. And he apparently didn't have we looked at it today, and he didn't have his encoder set to pick up that. So hopefully tonight he will go on
On Zoom or Skype?
Hey, that
on
restaurant,
Skype.
restaurant, Alex, that you used to go to with your father, is it Ruth's Christmas Steakhouse?
Phil, please stop.
Is he
Okay,
doing a stand-up routine tonight? Because
this is not a night at the Improv.
Even
Okay,
Charlie's not laughing. I mean, please.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't trust any Adams.
maybe we'll give you your own show and call it the Lame Joke Hour. You know?
Yeah.
I only got about 30 seconds.
Is the first guest.
Yeah, yeah.
He could be like Ed McMahon. I was watching Mike Douglas. I told Shecky, Alex, and it was on. I got lost in YouTube. I was going to ask you this. He had James Caan on. I didn't understand it. Like he came out.
Jimmy Caan, did
and
you
they were
know him?
actually-
Did you know him? You called him
Little Jimmy Caan?
You call him
That's
Jimmy
what they were calling him.
Caan.
That's what Mike Douglas called him. I was like, but you know what was weird? When he came out, the first guest, he was like standing. Like they weren't sitting down. They were like standing, addressing the crowd, like just talking. And then they went, okay, let's go sit. Like I wonder. That was kind of like odd how they were like not. They didn't go right to the couch right away. I was like, wow.
They don't let the Jews sit down.
No.
Yeah, James Caan's Jewish.
Yeah.
Was Jewish.
He's
Was
also
a dead
dead
Jew
Phil.
now.
He's a
Dead.
good interviewer.
Only kind of a good Jew, right?
Yeah.
No, he's dead.
Never let him go for killing Jesus. Jesus was a Jew. I mean, come on, it's ridiculous. How's Trump doing this week? Anything? I saw those taxes.
Oh yeah, he's backing McCarthy.
He's looking.
He's backing. The way you can lose is, I would just have called him up and said, "No, don't endorse me. Don't endorse me."
Yeah, McCarthy's toast now. Trump
Yeah, they
back.
can't even vote this guy in. It was like it's a comedy show. I'm watching this. Yay, nay. It's like give up already.
No. What it is, if there was movement either way, I could see him not resigning his nomination or whatever. But there isn't any movement. The only movement is away from him rather than towards him. And how many times you have to sit there and take the embarrassment that nobody wants you?
Doesn't he get the point? Like this is not happening. Really.
It could be worse. It could be Marjorie Taylor Greene or Matt Gaetz.
Well, but it wouldn't be, because the Republicans would never get behind them. They consider them goofballs in the party, But
Phil would have sex with them.
yeah, well, he finds Marjorie Taylor Greene hot. I mean, unfortunately, I got to tell you, when you talk about hot Republicans, okay, how hot is Lauren Boebert?
Not sure.
He doesn't know who it is.
I think she's quite hot.
Colorado? Is she Colorado?
Yeah.
Yeah. She almost lost, but she squeaked by just by that much.
Well, they had a bunch of mail-in ballots that they found from the Republicans
What?
in Colorado. That's how she squeaked by. They found a box of mail-in ballots. They were Democratic, but they wrote over them and said Republican. And that's how
Kids, do not pay attention to his sense of humor, please. If you're going to grow up to be a comedian, there are a lot of other good examples of comedians. Jerry Seinfeld, perhaps.
Yeah, well, he makes money. I just take pictures.
Of money. Yeah.
No, of comedians, but
But anyway, so we haven't seen anything like this since 1928, Josh?
I heard the 1923 was the last time.
1923. Okay.
Multiple ballots, and I think they had I'm pretty sure they had a crisis in the late 1850s because everything was.
No, they had quite a few before 23, but after 23, no, they've never had. They haven't had this happen.
Yeah, in
100 years.
You know, in that last 7 or 8 years prior to the Civil War, everything was a political war. You know, so they had a ton of disagreements at the time. You know, this one that they're having now is a little different than I think ones previously. So I would say it's, you know, unique, I guess. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do, but I mean, he should probably give it up that he's just not going to be, you know.
Well, I mean,
no
by now he should have given up just to say, I'm doing it for the sake of the party so that we don't have
it. Yeah, right. I mean,
but he doesn't care about he doesn't care about the party. That's the problem.
No, I don't think right. I mean, I think he cares about. I think he just wants to be speaker, you know, for himself. And I'm sorry that's crushing his little dream or whatever. But McCarthy to me is not a. McCarthy to me is not a leader. He's a talker. He's just a mouthpiece who says whatever he thinks people will want to hear, you know. And he's fairly easily swayed. You know, he'll say whatever, you know, things are people want to hear.
Well, that's one of the things.
I don't like Trump. I love Trump. I don't like Trump. I love Trump again.
That's one of the things they don't like about him is they don't think they can trust him.
Right, which is their right, you know, and I get it. I mean, and, you know, look, I don't have a particular bend that about him being speaker or not speaker. You know, there's this, you know, I mean, I just am analyzing it the way that I see it. I mean, I don't think that he's a good person or a good leader. You know, to me, I don't hardly see how he's a member of Congress, let alone they want to make him the speaker. You know, I mean, to me, he's trash, you know, and listen, they got plenty of Democratic members who are trash. Okay.
Yeah.
And if they try to make one of them speaker, then I'll say they shouldn't, but that's not what they're doing today. They're trying to make someone else speaker, you know. I mean, I mean, I heard him like twice earlier today say, you know, he thinks he should be speaker because he's got the most votes. Well, you know, maybe you should clarify your comments because you don't have the most votes. Matter of fact, you have about 10 less than Hakeem Jeffries. So if you'd like to go with the guy with the most votes, we'll take that deal if that's what you'd like to do, you know. I mean, that's what I'm saying is he doesn't even have as many votes as the Democrat.
You do know that they could nominate and vote for somebody who isn't even a congressman to be Speaker of the House.
Yeah, they could find almost anyone they want. Yeah, well, not almost. They can find anyone they want.
And, you know, I haven't been working in the last 8 years, and I'm available.
I would vote for you.
Yeah.
You know, in some ways, that might not be a terrible idea. It's never been done, but
put somebody in there who's not a politician, basically.
Well, that's not a member. That is basically just there to run the system. I mean, you know, what they need is a manager, you know, but that's the problem is, you know, the hyper politicization of, you know, the speakership is not going to be healthy for anybody. And I mean, you know, this list of demands and things that these people want that he's thinking about giving them now, I mean, these are things of stupidity that have no bearing on helping steer the country, and it's obviously not what the people asked for in November. You know, a select special committee to study the quote weaponization of the FBI. I mean, you think anyone went to the polls in November and voted and said, "I'd really like a special committee on the weaponization of the FBI"?
Yeah.
No one is concerned about that. By their own admission, the Republican Party itself didn't even say that was an issue. They said it was inflation. But today, in the speakership debate, there was no discussion of inflation. There was discussion of a demand that we would like a select committee to investigate the weaponization of the FBI. I mean, these are their demands. These are their top priorities, which is fine with me. I hope that remains their top priorities. And then they can lose the next election, and they won't have so much trouble.
Well, to begin with, until it was very strange. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, until they figure out who the speaker is going to be, they can't give the oath of office to the Congress people who are coming in.
That's right. That's right.
So,
Well, they can't conduct their legislative business in the House, which means that no legislative business can be done because legislation requires both houses of Congress. The only things that don't are things that you would not consider legislation, such as
what I'm saying is they can't
those sorts of things.
They can't give the oath of office to the new people who've just gotten elected
Correct.
until they get a speaker.
Correct.
Yeah, which means they can't conduct business.
Which means that the guy here out in Long Island can't be brought into the Congress yet. So.
Right. Yeah, if you listen closely to the clerk or the votes or whatever, most of these people they will often mention as member-elect. Because they are technically not a member
But they can vote for this. They can vote on this.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Santos is
because
able to vote on
it's not legislation.
Santos is able to vote on this in spite of the fact that he's a scumbag who lied to everybody about what he had going for him.
Yeah.
That was an amazing one.
I mean, this isn't, legislation. It's just a
fake male Jew black.
It's just a parliamentary sort of
and his mother died. His mother died in 9/11 or something. But then the next year he said something else about her that she was still alive. I mean, and this guy's going to be given the oath of office.
Didn't he say the dog ate his homework?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mother died.
Well, he said I embellished my resume. Embellishing a resume is when you got a B and you said you got an A. Not when you say your mother died in 9/11 on the building.
I mean, how do you get that screwed up? You don't even know how his mother died? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Isn't Brazil trying to extradite him for his fraud?
Something like that, and that he's Jewish. He said he was Jewish.
Oh, you want to laugh?
You got so many things against him.
Yeah, Jewish. What?
You want to hear something funny? You mentioned mothers. Our poor mayor, the poor guy took 2 days off and they were killing him, Alex. And I was listening to 1010 Wins eating my dinner, and he goes, they had a sound clip of him. He goes, I had to get away for 2 days because I was thinking about my mama. She's been gone now a couple of years. So he went away.
Tony?
They're giving this guy grief over taking 2 days
Tony,
off. Poor guy.
your mother died. Maybe you can be a congressman.
No, this is mayor. This is the mayor.
I know, but hey, the guy said his mother died.
Well, then he said she was alive. I mean, it is such a farce. And by the way, a Republican, and Republicans who voted for him.
It's the Republican playbook.
What district is he from?
He's out in Long Island somewhere. Remember how New
York?
York?
He's going to be Sean Patrick Mahoney, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it was a newly formed district. Okay, and that's how the Republicans got one more congressman. Was because he won out there. And all of a sudden, the New York Times starts doing some investigating and looking into his background, and nothing that he said about himself was true.
He had Hunter Biden's laptop.
The New York Times wrote a thing on him, too.
What did you say?
The New York Times had a big write-up on him also about all the lies and his parents.
Wait a minute. Brian, what do you mean she isn't dancing anymore?
Non-stop.
I think Phil got the coffee and not Tony. Sorry.
Oh, thanks for the coffee, Alan. It's really good.
You're welcome. I think I sent Phil the caffeinated Tony.
I did. You saved it for I had it over the weekend.
Okay, all right. Okay. Thank you, Adrian.
Bye.
Thank you, Adrian. Thank you.
Come back later. Yes, bye.
Thank you. That top is a little too, it has a midriff, and she was jumping up and down, and I didn't want to get demonetized. Or charged with child porn or something, So. But luckily, it didn't happen. So.
There was some show, I think it was in New York, that they're charging sex abuse or child porn because the actors were underage.
Well, you're talking about a movie that happened years ago.
Yeah,
Romeo and Juliet. They say there was.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think it's a little late to be complaining about that. You know.
And was it the lawsuit I read? Was it 500 million?
The suit?
Yeah.
I don't know how much it is. I just saw the item quickly. All I know is that my cousin, who was an actor, and in the movie Black Christmas,
Look what Hyundai has.
was in the movie. It was in the movie with her, and they started dating, and they were a number for a little while. So I can't remember what her name was now. Anybody remember?
Olivia Hussey or
Olivia
something like
Hussey, exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
Real Hussey.
She's complaining about sex, and she's got a name like Hussey. You know. And the other one was the guy was, I'm trying to remember. It's a long time ago.
They were underage. Is that what?
I think they were underage when they made the picture. Yeah. And they were forced.
Everybody knew about it. They said that when they were making it.
That was what. That's what kind of sold it. Was they were the ages that Romeo and Juliet were
in Shakespeare.
Yeah. So. What?
No, I was just thinking that you had that Brooke Shields movie. Wasn't she under 18?
Yeah, that was.
Blue Lagoon. Yeah.
No, not Blue Lagoon. There was one before that where she played a teenage prostitute in New Orleans, and I'm trying to remember the name of that movie. That was the one they were really bothered by. You know?
Well, actually, in the Blue Lagoon,
Jodie Foster was only 13 when she made Taxi, whatever it was.
When she did Taxi Driver, she had to have a person with her at all times to help her through it.
Wow. So what happened in the Romeo and Juliet thing that it would have been considered child abuse?
It was just that I think the scenes in it.
Parents were Republican.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck
no,
you,
the
Alan.
scenes in it were a little explicit. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's boring.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Let me look it up here. What was the name of the movie? Romeo and Juliet.
Pretty Baby. That's the one.
That's the other one. Yeah.
That's it.
That was Brooke Shields. No.
Yeah. Here we go. 1998. There's one earlier. What is it? No, Romeo and Juliet. 1996. No.
So in the Blue
Not like
Lagoon,
1460 Shakespeare.
They told Christopher Atkins he couldn't touch Brooke Shields in the Blue Lagoon because he was 19 and nude in the water with her.
Whoa.
Oh, really?
They didn't have something on, even though they were in the water. Like a bodysuit or.
I can't find Romeo and Juliet. The original one doesn't show up
look
here.
At IMDb for Shakespeare.
I'm looking for Romeo and Juliet, and it's not. It's not. Let me see here. Norma Shearer did one. God, they did a lot of them. Orlando Bloom did one. Gary Oldman. Oh no, he did Romeo is Bleeding. Romeo and Juliet. No, I can't find that one. Wow. Well, I'm not going to spend the whole night.
Well, maybe
looking
it's on
for
the
it.
news. In the news because of the suit. Let me see what I can find.
Well, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Do I care? No, I don't care.
Yeah.
Let Phil spend the rest of the show looking it up.
Yeah.
You go look. Go ahead, check it out.
It was a 1968. Romeo and Juliet stars sue over 1968 film's nudity.
Okay, 1968. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the name? Who were the two people?
How much is the suit? So I read it was 500 million.
What?
She's pretty.
Yeah.
That's because she's only 7, Phil.
She's 16.
No, I'm looking at a video, and Romeo and Juliet stars. Now let's see if they have their name.
Phil has a bumper sticker on the back of his car that says 8 is too late.
What?
Now, the director was Franco
Zeffirelli.
Yeah.
Zeffirelli. Yeah.
Read full article. Okay.
Read full article. This is.
This is
500 million.
What?
You were
Olivia
right.
Hussey. She's now 71, and Leonard Whiting, who was 16 and now 72. So
nobody ever remembers Leonard.
Leonard Whiting, but Olivia Hussey, she's pretty.
Anybody know an Adam? Hold on a second. Let me get the name here. Adam
Charlie Shirt.
Salmon. Nah, I don't trust it. Do you?
I'm afraid.
You know, he could be the prince from Saudi Arabia.
No,
Solomon.
he just left. He just left. So
Oh, no,
I don't have to worry about it.
I saw Phil on the show when he left.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you guys think of the contract that Cristiano Ronaldo signed with that soccer team in Saudi Arabia? 2.5 years, 200 million per year.
Good God.
It's good work if you can get it.
Kick that bull, boy. I tell you that.
How much a year
That's 200 million per year.
to play what?
Soccer.
Soccer.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Do they pay that kind of
Portuguese
money for
player.
soccer?
It's paid in pesos.
That tells you how much money there is in fucking Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could pay that much for an athlete.
Okay, I'm going to let this guy in, but I'm going to do it quickly so that I can also get rid of him. Okay, let's hope.
Oh,
We're-
it's Jack
Don't let
Bishop.
Adrian in the room.
Okay. Hello, Adam. Are you there? Adam, are you there?
Connecting.
No.
Yes, I'm
no.
here. I'm here. How are you?
Hello. Where are you calling from?
I'm actually. It's my first time using this app. Actually, I never used it.
You never.
I'm quite shocked I joined on it.
That's not
You
good.
have a camera,
Not
Adam?
good. Not good.
Doesn't sound good, huh? Oh no, there he is. There he is. Where are you, Adam? Where are you calling
I'm
from?
good. I'm good. I was
Nick
sorry. I
from
was
Couch.
playing. I was playing my favorite game, and this guy's strong. I tried to defeat him. He's too strong. His power. His health is really increasable. He's really strong.
I got a feeling you're going to get photobombed.
Okay, remove. Here we go. Remove. Got him before he could get us.
Yeah, it was smelling like a bomb.
Yeah,
He sounded like Tony.
it was smelling like a bomb, but he wasn't fast enough at getting the video started.
Somebody
That's really what happened.
Up, I thought,
Yeah,
oh,
he's
this-
really strong.
Yeah.
Bradley
He's going
Freeman.
back.
And
It
now
was his
there-
first time using the app.
And now there's a Bradley Freeman. Do we know?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah,
B.
that's Bree.
That's
Bree.
Bree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's Bree. Okay. I can.
Yeah, he was on the chat also.
It'd be funny if I turned it on and Bree's there jerking off. I don't know. Hey, Bree. Now, ladies and gentlemen, from Malaysia, it's Bree.
It's me, Alex.
Yes. How's it going there?
Yeah.
How do they celebrate New Year in Malaysia? Same way we celebrate it here? What?
Same way you celebrate it.
What's all that noise?
Yeah, same way.
Somebody's got the audio. Yeah, turn off your browser.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about that.
There we go.
Guys. Totally forgot.
Wait
you
a
know.
minute.
There we go. Sorry about
Look at
that.
that. Where is?
There we go.
Where,
I'm on this little computer. It's
Jeff.
So anyway, so what do you do for New Year's there? Don't tell me
Well,
you got to bed by 10 o'clock.
I wasn't here for New Year's.
You weren't. Where were you?
I was in Bangkok.
Really?
Yeah, actually a little south of Bangkok.
You have a joke about that?
Oh yeah, he was having a good time. GI.
No.
Some bubbles, Bangkok. You?
No. You. There
No,
we
you.
go. Yeah.
Happy ending.
Yeah,
Him and
yeah,
Feldman.
Bubbles used to do that with who? Slayton? Or something?
Feldman. No, Feldman.
Feldman. And it was like, have you ever been to Thailand? Bangkok? No, you? You know, there were jokes like that.
Butter.
Did you go up to Maine? Where'd you go? Bangor? Oh, you? You know. But they had like 20 of them or something like that, you know. So, anyway. Yeah.
Oh,
So when do you start your new job, Josh?
Not till the 16th.
Oh, boy. good. You got some time
Yeah,
off.
but Josh, about that.
How many weeks vacation do you get with this new job?
Just a little bit more than I had at the before.
What did you have before?
I don't remember exactly. I had pretty much about 4 weeks.
Oh,
basically.
really? That's good. That's good. That's terrific.
Yep.
You know, I mean, I think that every place should have. Oh, here's a person called Lisa Jacobs. Gee, we're getting a lot of new people who find this show really interesting. You know,
This could be Salman with a different name.
here, let me just remove her. Right? Yeah. Remove. There we go. No, I'm not going to report it because when you report it to Zoom, they then ask you a whole bunch of questions you have to answer.
Bail your papers.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so I did my little New Year's show, and that was it. And now we have Samuel T. and Lisa. Let's see, we'll remove those, and we'll remove.
Wait a minute, isn't that Jack Bishop's
alter ego?
No.
Samuel T.
No.
No?
Don't report. Okay, fine. There they go. I hope they got the idea that we weren't going to go with them. But
well, now they'll come in with Samuel T. and J.
Yeah, what I would say to all of you, here's James Hackett or something. Oh God.
Buddy Hackett's brother.
Remove. Okay, I'm having fun removing all of these.
What happens if you don't remove them? Do they automatically come on?
What?
What happens if you don't remove them and don't do anything?
They don't automatically come on. No.
Sit in limbo.
No. I mean, I can just let him sit there in the
right.
In the what do you call it room? The
waiting
room. Yes, yes, Bree.
Well, I want to ask Josh a question because when he changed jobs, like I always think if I'm going to change a job, like I find another one and I make sure that it's much better. But if I like where I'm at, I'll go to where I'm at and say, hey guys, this came up. So can you do this and make it better? Or were you just like, I want to move on?
I didn't ask to stay. I wasn't.
In other words, you weren't using this as a ploy to get another, to get more money out of your current company.
No, my problem with my current company was not really money. Although I am not being paid fairly, it was not the main issue.
It was not the main issue. What was the main issue? They were just work things that you didn't like?
Yeah, just internal.
Yeah.
I do a job that really wasn't made, well, that isn't part of mine, I did a lot of supply chain work that I got roped into when they laid some people off. And then when they brought all the supply chain people back and then they expanded that staff, you would have thought that would have went back to them, but it didn't. It stayed with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a lot of excuses about why, and and the person that runs the supply chain team in the plant there, I really can't stand. Everyone knows that. That's I think they would have preferred that we got along better, and I fucking didn't really care what they preferred.
Is this more of a desk job than your other one was?
Yeah, I mean, my other one was supposed to be desk, but it's never have enough people either. It always turned into a hassle.
Now, did they recruit you, or did you go after them?
It's a little bit of both. I found it, and then I'd heard about it, and then after I reached out to them, they got a hold of me pretty quick because it's almost the exact same job. So really it is.
And with anybody else, they probably would have had to train them to do it, right?
Yeah, right. I mean, I'll have to be trained for their intercompany processes, but I mean the materials that they use and the companies that they buy them from. I mean, no, that's all. It's all the same. I mean, so I mean, places, they come to our place and drop stuff off, and they leave our place and go straight over there and drop stuff off. You know, it's the same stuff. It's really the exact same job.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. What happened to Phil? Did he drown?
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
I guess. So lately, I've been belching a lot. And Marjorie says, I think you're sick. I think you should go see a doctor. And I'm going, for belching? So I looked up belching. And you know why you belch? I drink, see this stuff I drink? This
Yeah.
seltzer? No
Oh,
wonder I
fine.
belch all the time.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch, you know.
Carbonation.
Yeah, yeah. But, you know, I mean, for New Year's, we just did the little show, and that was it. You know, I didn't, Marjorie would have been to bed by 10 o'clock that night if it hadn't been for me, you know, so. And a lot of these people showed up, and I thank you for that, you know.
You're welcome.
It was kind of a melding of the Monday and the Ramble people all in one place.
Yeah.
And it was a nice evening, you know. So I suddenly realized I was actually spending New Year's with my friends, so that was good. So Charlie, how's everything in Texas? God damn it!
It finally warmed up. I'm telling you.
Really?
Yeah.
All the rain we're getting is coming your way.
Oh,
I don't want it.
I don't think it's coming our way necessarily. You know.
I don't think so.
We've had unusual weather. We got really cold a couple of weeks ago. We were freezing our asses off here. And it hasn't been that cold, I don't think, in quite a few winters now. But, you know, I don't remember. The winters here in New York are not as severe as they used to be when I first moved here, back about, 30 years ago. And then you used to see snow piled up, on corners, because all the plows would come along and then scoop all the snow up and put it on corners. I saw one that was like, 30 feet high.
Mm-hmm. People would find their cars in a snowbank in the spring.
You know what I saw? There was a car right in front of the ABC building where I worked. And I came out that night, and it was like halfway filled to the top with snow. And then the next day I came in, it was almost filled all the way to the top with snow. And then for the rest of the winter, that snow remained there, and the hump where the car was still there. And then the snow melted, and the car wasn't there anymore.
How many tickets did they give it before they towed it?
That's probably what happened. No, but I mean, it's just amazing to me. But anyway, so I hope who is this? Oh, Adam again is trying us. Oh, I see.
Maybe he's better with the program, and he can get the very strong guy on.
Yeah,
got a shirt on this time.
Remove. There we go. Was Adam the guy who called us earlier?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Samuel or something like that.
Yeah.
Salman.
So I was trying to play games with this guy. He was like leading up to something.
Yeah.
And they start standing up.
Maybe he's got a real speaker.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I spoke to I wrote to Rob Alfano, and he's in the Philippines.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah.
What part, Alex? Yeah. I'll be there April, end of March, early April.
I don't know where in the Philippines. Downtown Philippines, I guess. I don't know.
Is his phone number the same? Is he still using the stateside phone?
I didn't ask him, but I don't think you'd want to call him on that phone because I think it would cost him a lot of money.
That's right.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
He's got to get a local.
He got to look for a wife.
No, he's got a wife.
He's got a wife.
Yeah. His wife is
Filipino
from the
wife.
Philippines, I think.
My wife's from the Philippines.
Yeah, well, she's from the Philippines too. His wife, and she was homesick. She wanted to move back, and he was sick of what was going on here.
She's from Manila or Cebu or.
I don't know.
She's from the provinces.
Boracay.
Possibly.
But anyway, he says it's been quite a thing to do because he's got to get a driver's license, and he's got to get citizen card or some kind of card you have to get.
Permanent resident.
You permanent residents. You know about all of this, right? How long have you been?
Good luck trying to learn how to drive in the Philippines. I've been there.
Really?
You don't want to drive there.
Oh, really?
Don't they use like motorbikes and
motorbikes and what they call tricycles, which is these little taxi motorbikes. They have like a sidecar.
Yeah, I think they call them.
And
what they use are called jeepneys.
Yeah, well, one night we were going back to my brother-in-law's house after visiting my mother-in-law, who was in the hospital after having a stroke there when we went on vacation. And the one night we saw this tricycle. There was 7 people hanging off of this thing. There was a girl on top of the roof of the sidecar holding a phone up, taking a selfie.
Oh, really?
And it was nighttime.
We got cable cars in San Francisco. They do the same thing.
Really?
Yeah, they get
no way,
people hanging on.
But not on the roof, though. Come on. I hope not.
They slide the hills the cable cars go on, Tony. They'd slide right off the roof. These are some steep hills.
Now it's Thomas Johnson.
Tom John. Big John.
Yeah, Rob won't have
Big
much
Tom,
trouble
he's strong.
if he's got a Filipino wife.
Yeah.
Do they have kids?
No.
Oh, then he might have. Yeah, that usually strengthens the application.
She's a citizen.
That won't matter.
Yeah, no.
He needs to have enough money. He has to have money in the bank, and he has to.
Where's this?
Philippines.
Philippines, yeah.
Yeah.
If he wants to retire there and own property, that kind of thing.
Wife.
She can own property.
Doesn't matter
because she's a citizen there.
Yes, that's right. But he will still have to go through the application process, and they will have to approve it.
My girlfriend gave up her citizenship when she became an American, so she can't buy property in the.
Where was she from?
No, Faye's from the Philippines. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Manila. Yeah.
What is this, War Bride night on our show? I hear there are women in other parts of the world. I don't know, just well, look at Brian. Brian found another place. What'd you say, Brian?
Well, the advantage that the Filipinos have is that they speak English, and this is why they can travel abroad and they work in many countries because they speak English. And that's all thanks to the fact that the United States we provided them with education, whereas the Spanish tried to, block that.
Yeah.
But Brian, your significant other, I guess that's the best thing.
Whatever she is. Yeah.
Whatever she is. The mother of your child. How's that? Okay. Did you meet her here? Or did you meet her over there?
Window shopping. I was window shopping for a girl in Vietnam and found her. No.
At her work.
No, she was here. She'd been here for a long time.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
No, but one of my friends, he was here. He's very successful at Intel, and we gave him a lot of shit because basically he went there and the guy showed him like 3 women. And then they were working, and so we called it window shopping. And he picked one, and he got married.
You want to hear a story even crazier than that?
What?
I had a neighbor in Singapore, and every 3 months he would have a new woman from Vietnam come, and at the end of he was a black belt in karate. This guy was crazy, and he had kicked his British wife out, and so every 3 months a new girl. And I'd say, why are you doing that? He said, the first one who gets pregnant, I will marry her. And so on the 3rd one, he got married, and they ended up having 2 kids, and that was that. She was from Vietnam.
Look who's here, ladies and gentlemen, making a guest appearance on our program. It's Adrian.
Let's be nice.
How are you?
Yeah, you got to talk. I told you better talk. What did you want to do? Go. All yours.
Oh my gosh, she's growing up.
She wanted to show you this tonight.
Oh, wow.
Wait. She didn't draw it, though. She didn't draw it. She colored.
She colored it. Yeah, it looks,
Yeah.
But still,
looks like a scene from Gravity.
Yeah.
nice, nice colors.
Yeah, we sent you some
Is that
stuff.
Major Tom?
You should give me some new stuff to stick up on my door, because all the stuff I have now is like she was basically a child at the time.
Yeah, we sent you stuff yesterday.
Yeah.
There's a package coming to you.
Oh, good. I look forward to it. I'll take down the old ones and put up the new ones.
Yeah. Okay, your time is up then. Bye-bye. Bubbles had a good line. He said, "Almost New Year's Eve and I can't find my gun." Bubbles posted on New Year's Eve.
That's cute.
Don't talk about guns or you'll get demonetized.
Was Bubbles a rent-a-cop too?
What is that? Did you frame that too?
No, it's a canvas from Michael's Arts and Crafts. We went there yesterday.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
So happy New Year, everyone. Alex, they're calling me into a meeting. So
Okay. Anyway, hey, good to see you, Bree. Call us
Happy
anytime
New
you
Year. It's a
can.
meeting. It's the middle
I'll
of the
see
night.
you guys soon.
Okay.
Take care.
By the way, Margaret Michelle now, who can't spell the word Michelle properly. Mishelle. Is that how you spell Michelle?
You can't trust people with two first names.
Margaret Michelle. Yeah, right. It's two first names.
Yeah.
Anyway, so where was I? So
Look at that face. That's the fish look.
Here's the only face I can really make. This was Harpo Marx used to do this one. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
She's being very cool. She's being very cool. She's gotten really, she's really cool now. She's just very sedate.
Growing up.
Okay, bye-bye.
No.
Yeah. Let's say something.
I did.
Okay. Then I don't know what to do.
Hi. Anyway, let me see here. Anything else? What else is there to talk about?
Some guy in his Tesla with his family went off of Highway 1, and they say it could have been it could have been done on purpose.
Right.
Like he was in I don't know what. An
Oh,
argument.
you mean that Tesla that fell off of that cliff?
Yeah.
I thought
on purpose.
I thought it was an ad for Tesla. Here you can how high was the cliff? 250 feet.
It went 250 feet.
Yeah, and the car fell
and
they survived and got up and walked away with just a couple of bruises.
No, they were hurt.
They're
He was a
critical
doctor.
condition.
Critical condition. Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But-
He was a doctor.
Oh,
The
really?
kids are okay, but the adults got hurt. It was double slide.
His Tesla stopped going down.
But I'd say that's a good ad for Tesla.
Yeah, the first thing they did is make sure it wasn't on autopilot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to arrest him for attempted murder.
Yeah.
Right.
Attempted murder of who?
His
The
wife
kids,
and
his
his
family.
kids.
But
Yeah.
but who's going to get arrested for attempted
The
murder?
driver, the
Guy
doctor.
Father.
Oh, there's a guy driving the car too?
The
Yeah, the
witness-
father.
Yeah, the witnesses said that he drove intentionally off the edge.
Wow. Wow.
You know, there are some photographers that have been with a Tesla that somebody followed them home, broke the rear window of the Tesla, stole their stuff. The photographer got in his car, started chasing the guy, and tried to hit him with the Tesla, but the accident avoidance thing wouldn't allow the Tesla to hit the guy.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
They'll
that's
never
big-
make good police cars.
Yeah.
Then.
Anyway, hey, listen, we got to go. Thank you, Phil. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
We won't see you for a couple of weeks, I guess. Or
Yeah,
a week.
yeah.
Or a
Alan will
week.
be happy.
We won't-
Brian's celebrating.
We won't.
Viewership is going to go through the roof.
Yeah, but they'll have me the next day.
And also, thank you so much, very much, Charlie, for being here. Josh, always good to see you. Of course, Adrian and her dummy, Brian. Oh, look at her. She just can't. She's just a dancing fool. And hey, I hope you get your kidney, Trucker Steve.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
We're keeping our fingers crossed on that one. And also, hey, thank you so much for being here tonight, Alan. Also, Kevin, thank you for being here. And, of course, the wonderful Tony for being here. Anyway, thank you all. Why don't you all give a big wave goodbye, and I'll give a big wave goodbye at you. And we'll call it quits for tonight, I guess. All right? There they go, folks. That's our citizen panel for tonight. Thank you so much, folks. I really appreciate it. And Jack Bishop hopefully will be next over most of this same station. And you stay tuned for that. He's here. And he'll be taking your calls on Skype at Gabnet Live. I'm Alex Bennett. See you again tomorrow. Same time, same station in life. And in the meantime, if you see her, tell her I love her, okay? Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.